Hey everybody, Firewind Stormdrake here with some more Kingdom Death action for you all. So, this is the aftermath of the Butcher's assault on the settlement. So, I've set up all the settlement stuff here. The Butcher ransacked and caused great carnage, and all the settlement's resources, not gear, but resources for building stuff, were put into repairing the damage that was done, so no resources. Now, fortunately, he chose the Graves death principle over the cannibalism, which means that each dead survivor grants us 2 endeavours, so we have 8 endeavours this settlement phase. Now, that's a good thing, right? It's a really good thing because the settlement population has been reduced to a mere 4. And of those 4, one of the men is apathetic and the other... Oh, I thought he was secretive, but no, apparently the secretive one perished. Ah, so we have a healthy man, after all, so 2 men, 2 women. Right, so we're going to start with a settlement event card. Skull Eater. Well, this isn't going to be bad at all, is it? So, randomly choose a returning survivor. There are no returning survivors. There are no returning survivors to survivors of settlement. Well, it's 4. I'll roll d5 and reroll 5s. So 1, 2, 3. That'll be 4 hilt. She is the Skull Eater. Oh joy. She eats the skull of one of the... I don't know how. But, yeah, of one of the people the Butcher killed. She picks up the skull and somehow manages to break it down into small pieces and nibble and gnaw on them. She gains +3 insanity, and now she has an unnatural hunger that cannot be stopped or sated. She must roll on the table below. She also gains marrow hunger. So when murder or Skull Eater come again, so she will be murdered if a murder happens, and indeed we have one due to come soon. And yeah, this is not good. Also, if Skull Eater comes up again, she will be the Skull Eater because she has these taste for skulls. With a roll of an 8, the other survivors redirect the Skull Eater's hunger. They may spend 2 endeavours to replace the marrow hunger impairment with the binge eating disorder. If they don't, add the murder settlement to the timeline next year. Okay, well we have 8 endeavours, so we're now down to 6. Let's do that. So she gets the binge eating disorder. I'm sure it could... Actually, that's pretty bad. As we will soon see. Right. That's settlement event done. Right, update the death count. I've done that off camera. The same goes for the server settlement population. Right, timeline. Yes, we have faced the Butcher. It was brutal and horrible. Right, yeah, 6 endeavours. And a population of 4, which is soon to become a population of 3. We also have a binge eating disorder. Do I still have that monster grease? I still have the monster grease, so she can go out hunting with that. That's good. So I can't make anything. I can't innovate. I can attempt the augury, and on an 8+, this will grant intimacy. And I've got 6 dice to do it with. Okay, so I'll just put that there. All 6 dice. Okay. Okay, we have 3 ones. Lose 1 resource to gain +1 understanding. We have no... a 2, again, no resources to lose. A 7, +1 survival. I haven't declared who's who here, so I probably should. And a 9, which will be intimacy. So I'll randomise that 7, using the D5, so rerolling 5s, 2. So that will go to Sven. Sven will gain +1 survival. That's good. That's really good. That puts him at 3 survival, which is actually the settlement limit. And intimacy. Ah, only one chance to increase the population of the settlement this year, and it really needs to go up. Okay, a population of 4 when one of them won't go hunting all the time because he's apathetic is really bad. So, intimacy story event. Nominate 1 consenting male and 1 consenting female. Right. I'm going to say Sven as the man because he's not apathetic. And as for females, we have Ranvig and Thorhild. Well, you know what? Thorhild has been binge eating. She's clearly been getting cravings. We'll nominate her. Okay. And we'll roll a d10 and hope we get a 10. The settlement celebrates a twice fortunate event. A pair of healthy newborn survivors enter the world. The settlement grants +2 population. Wow! How do we... Okay, so that's 2. So now I get to decide on... Right, so we have 2 lovely babies. A little boy called Sigvald and a little girl called Ormhild. And we go to the principle of new life events. Right, how are we going to raise our young? Well, we could raise them with the principle of tough love. No toys, give them weapons as soon as they can walk and wield them. Treat them with brutal, harsh reality of the kingdom death. Or we could cherish and nurture the children and protect them, for they are the future. And you know what? This settlement needs more population. We need to look after these children. So I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, we're going to look after the children. So we get the Protect the Young card here. When rolling on the Intimacy story event, roll twice and pick 1. So that's good because it can avoid some of the bad results. And also I get a roll on this nice little table here. A 6. The child is raised by the entire settlement and endowed with hopes and wisdom of all. The newborn survive against +2 understanding and the strategist fighting up. That will actually apply to both of them. Should I roll once for each of them? Maybe, but you know what? No, I'll just look after both of them. +2 understanding and strategist. Actually, because of the Graves principle, they already start with 1 understanding. That will put them both at 3 points of understanding. So they will both trigger the insight during a settlement phase. And I haven't even written up survivor sheets with them yet. This is amazing. Okay. Insight. During a settlement phase, both these children, who are going to be very, very young, so I'm not going to send them out to fight immediately because they've just been born. They'll be a few years old by the time the next hunt comes. So they gain the Tinker ability, so when they're a returning survivor they get +1 Endeavour. And also, okay, so for Sigvald, yep, if you innovate this phase, draw +1 card, nope. And for Ormhild, +1 Endeavour this settlement phase. Well, you know what? Let's try to have another baby, another augury. Let's read the runes for these newborn. A 5, +1 survival. And we shall give that to a random... You know what, there's now 6 survivors. So 1, 2, that will go to Randvig. So we shall gather the gear together and set off on a lion hunt. Because that's this settlement phase done, really. Okay, well, I hope you all enjoyed it. That was a nice little turnaround there. So it's not looking as bleak as it was a short while ago. So I'll say bye-bye everybody and see you next time. Cheerio.